They're still over there. This is crazy. All right, let me fix this. Um, okay. Yep. So we are fucking live on Twitch.
Nice.
Twitch.
Hello, Twitch viewers.
Let me send a message to some of my friends. Let's see. Live on Twitch. Live on Twitch.
Felt the need to send it to me too.
Yeah. Live on Twitch. Send my brother a message, let him know. Let's see. Live on Twitch. All right, so there. The message is out. People know we're live.
Oh yeah, there we go. They're out here.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it. I like it a lot.
Nice. My name is Chris. Nice.
That's right. That's right. Ready to get this podcast on the road, man. On the road. Before we do start though, I do have to pee as well.
Oh my god.
So
Oh
I'll be right back.
Oh my god.
I'll be right back.
Josh isn't even back yet, and I'm about to sit here and talk about myself.
Okay. Be right back, Twitch viewers.
Oh, do I? I had a fucking difficult decision to make.
Okay, let's hear it.
Did I want to drink an energy drink to perk up? Or did I want to drink this last tasty Shinerbach?
Looks like you made the right decision.
Pull up. My brother stays live on Twitch. We'll pull up his stream.
16
Oh
years
no!
from today.
Nobody wants to hear it. There we go. Let me let him know.
Let me know when I need to unmute on Queen Feed.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. We might as well go ahead and do that.
Yeah, oh, okay. Let me unmute on Queen Feed. Should I mute in Discord?
Oops.
I'm muting in Discord.
Okay. I need to mute in Discord
Wait.
also.
Is this okay? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Are the settings good, Bill, and everything? I'm gonna assume they are.
Is what okay?
All right. Oh man. What you drinking there, Billy?
Shinerbach.
Was he not in Queen Feed? I can't hear you, Billy.
Shinerbach. Oh, I'm still muted. Fuck. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Shinerbach.
Shiner Box. What is that?
It's a tasty adult beverage.
Is that right? Okay.
It's a beer from Maryland.
Maryland.
It's not actually.
No, it's not.
Let me get this. Maryland. Yeah. Let me get this up. Pulled up real quick. Hold on. that's okay. Alright, here we go. Get that. Scroll down. Get this. Alright. Well, I'm ready if you guys are.
Hold on one sec.
Alright.
Oh. Oh shit. Name of recording. Oh, give me just a minute. Y'all talk to the viewers.
Alright. Hello, our viewers. Hello. We're here to entertain you guys tonight. You guys have picked it up? Real Eyes. I haven't seen it yet. Good movie, I'm imagining. Saw 4K Steelbook. But yeah. There you go.
Whoa, guys. Y'all calm down. Save some for the podcast.
I know, right? I know. I'm excited.
You had one fucking job, Chris.
Hey, I talked to the viewers. I showed them a couple of my
One
movies.
Fucking
Nah,
job.
I showed them my movies I got and everything, dude. True Eyes, like I said.
Let me just go ahead and fucking start this podcast.
That's right. That's right.
One fucking job, Josh.
I did my job.
One fucking job, Chris.
What? Chris is the one auditioning here. I don't need to do shit.
Well, he failed.
Auditioning, man. I did pretty good, I think, in the time that you were gone.
I heard you say this is my Saul Steelbook.
Yep. I said, no, I showed Saul
He
Steelbook.
called out a couple movies. He's like, True Lies, good movie. I've never seen
That's
it.
after you came back. Like it was just Saul before you came back.
No, it was True Eyes. I did True Eyes as well. I did. Before I came back. I did. I think I entertained them. I entertained them with all my movie posters and stuff, as you can see, you know? Or, well, my game posters, I guess, but... I still have to order Critters 2 and put it up there. Still got to do that.
Yeah, that's
That'd be a pretty kick-ass movie poster, actually.
It probably will go right there. I think I'm going to replace Mario. Mario's cool, but Critters is better.
I need to put up some more posters, like in my bedroom. I haven't.
Now, what you need to do is you need to make space for that Texas Chainsaw statue I see in the background.
Oh no, I need to. Yeah, I got to get another bookshelf.
Yeah, because that thing plays audio too from the movie too. So
Does
you
it?
like, yeah, it does. It does.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it plays like the screams and you hear the chainsaw ripping, everything. It's really cool. One of the main reasons why I got it. Don't say anything, Billy. I know you want to. Don't you say anything.
It's about Josh's background noise.
I knew you were gonna say it. I knew it. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, Billy.
Never.
It's fine. Leave him alone.
Man, it sounds like he's got a washboard over there.
It's okay. I can't help him. The man can't afford a $5 cushion. It's okay.
Damn. Chris, come at you.
I mean, that's fair. I can't hear it, so like I'm not aware when it happens.
How do you sit on a wooden chair though? Like, is that even that comfortable?
I mean, it's okay.
I just don't think I could sit on a wooden chair, man.
Why? Your ass is too sensitive?
Yeah, man, my ass is too flat, man. I gotta have the cushion. I gotta have the help, man. Honestly, I can't go without some cushion. That's why I got my pillow behind me and I got a cushion, everything, man. Got the setup going. I paid like $2 for the cushion and I got the pillow for free. So you know, I didn't pay for this pillow.
All right, gentlemen.
Good talk.
Welcome to Very Unreasonable Things.
Oh, good. I was going to say goodbye.
Yeah, no, I was just doing the intro. Yeah, so welcome to Very Unreasonable Things, a podcast. We talk about
Very
stuff.
unusual things. That's right. We do.
We have Chris auditioning with us again.
Hello, everybody. I have returned once again.
But more important,
Go ahead.
more importantly, I'm Billy Bone, and joining me is Josh Lindsay.
Howdy, howdy.
It's good to see you again, Josh.
Yeah, baby. I'm just looking to be thrilled. Thrill me.
I know, right?
Thrill me.
That's what I'm going to start saying when I go in the door. This is Billy. Thrill me.
Thrill me.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
So Chris is excited. He's picked up a bunch of $5 4K movies from Walmart.
I did.
Do you want to talk about those real quick?
I will. So, however, everybody. So,
I mean, we might as well get this out of the way. I mean, it would eventually have been brought up.
Yeah.
that's right.
Just go ahead
All
and
right.
just remove the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
So, for the audio listeners of the podcast, you won't be able to see what they look like, but they look pretty nice. For the video listeners or video people on YouTube, this is what they are. So
I'm going to close my eyes for a minute. Just let me know when this is.
All right, I'll let you know. I got you saw the 4K steelbook. Again, really nice cover, everything like that. Again, all these were $5. So I got that one. Got American Assassin. This one I might return because it's not 4K, but paid $5 for it. I have Ken. I don't know anything about it. It looks pretty interesting. Again, $5, so why not? 4K. Chaos Walking with Daisy Ridley and Tom Holland. Don't know anything about it, but again, it's a 4K movie for $5. Hunter Killer, 4K, right there. Ash vs. Evil Dead, the complete second season on Blu-ray. That's pretty good. Belly, don't know anything about it. Just looked interesting. Cesaro, people like
Sicario, motherfucker.
Sicario. Jesus wept almighty.
paid $5 for it, so I thought, why not? I have a second copy of the same movie because I might give one away. Who knows? 4K. Hitman and Wife's Bodyguard right here, 4K. 3 from Hell. Never seen any of the Rob Zombie films, but I might look at them now that I own one. And the last
Dude, you
one
are
is
slamming.
Spiral.
You are slamming those videos down in front of your mic, and I can hear it every time. It's like,
I'm actually not.
Boom.
It's not even that loud.
boom.
But yes, those are all my 4K steelbooks. Now I do have one steelbook I didn't get from Walmart called Willy's Wonderland. You guys check it out whenever you get time, okay? There you go.
All right. Josh, you pick up any new movies recently?
Yeah. I picked up a digital copy of An American Tale on iTunes for $5 because me and Isla are going to watch it. It was
dude.
one of my favorite movies growing up.
Me too.
What movie is it?
American
An
Tale.
American Tale.
You remember
Cried like a baby.
You remember Feifel Goes West?
I had the VHS. I never watched it though.
Oh,
Never
When
watched
movies
it.
come out? What year was this?
This was in the 80s.
85.
Oh man, I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, I was obsessed with American Tale too. I'm
Oh,
like you,
God,
I loved
yeah.
it.
I
That-
mean,
I'll tell you another one of my favorite animated movies, and my favorite Disney animated movie. And that was Robin Hood.
Which, oh yeah, Robin Hood's a banger.
I
Yeah,
love Robin Hood.
yep. And American Tail is it was a Spielberg produced
Spielberg?
movie. Yeah. But yeah, pick that up. That's about it. I don't have anything to show off like Chris does.
That's right.
Any words, any movies I can mispronounce. I don't have that.
I do want to mention as well. I already showed her the True Eyes on there, but I also picked up this. This is a 2-pack of the Percy Jackson movies, the ones that are actually good. So they're actually really entertaining movies. And I also have the Abyss movie coming in, the 4K of that from James Cameron, and I also have coming in for my birthday in 6 days, or 5 days. My birthday's on the 10th. So happy birthday to me. I have the Aliens 4K remaster coming in, so I'm excited for that too from James Cameron. So there you go.
Well, I love that you're getting physical media. I'm
Yeah. No, I
all
like
about that
physical
physical media. Yeah.
Yeah, because I also, so I can show the viewers, I bought a $300 and $400 whatever player, how much it was, this 4K player right here from Panasonic. So, yeah. Right. Because I found out, if people don't know about this real quick, the Xbox One S, which I used previously, does not support Dolby Vision for physical media. So you have to buy a dedicated player for it to work like that. The Xbox does not do that. Yep. Just an FYI for anyone out there. I thought I'd been watching Dolby Vision all the time, but I haven't. So it is what it is. I have to rewatch all my movies.
Are you done?
I am done. You told me to send my spiel, and I did.
So yes, I picked up some movies also, Chris. Thank you for asking.
Oh, you're welcome. What'd you pick up, Billy Bone?
Well, Chris got me a copy of The Abyss on digital, which I
There you
watched and enjoyed. Never seen it before. It was my first time watching it. I picked up The Last Voyage of the Demeter, Scream 6, the Wolfman remake, and Dick Tracy.
I haven't seen any of those except, what was the first one you said again?
The Abyss.
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna watch that when mine comes in, but I don't think I've seen any of those. So I've heard good things about Dick Tracy, and haven't heard really anything about The Last Voyage.
I like Dick Tracy. I don't, it's, I don't know. It may be one of those things where if you watch it now and you didn't see it back then,
Yeah, may not like it.
possibly.
Yeah.
But I feel like it holds up.
It is a movie that is. It feels like of its time, and I don't mean that as a bad thing. Like, I think like the thing that sticks out to me about Dick Tracy, and I haven't seen it in 25 years, is the makeup effects
Oh, are they good or bad?
for the bad guys. No, they're good, and
Okay.
Dick Tracy has like just a killer cast too. Like you have like Dustin Hoffman playing like a bad guy, and
Oh,
there's some
really?
other like pretty good character
Al Pacino's
actors.
in there.
Al Pacino's in there. Yeah, I mean it's
Al
almost like a
Pacino's in the
murderer's
movie?
row. Yeah.
What in the world?
William
He's got
Forsythe?
all-star guest.
And William Forsythe, I was going to mention him. He's so good and everything. This one, not an exception.
Plays Flat Top.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about Dick Tracy is that his villains are, you can tell it's a comic book or a comic strip. Like they're
Right.
comic strip villains. So you have villains
Yeah.
like Prune Face, where
Yeah.
literally the guy's face is just all wrinkled up. There's Flat Top, who has a flat top haircut. There's Mumbles, who fucking mumbles. So there's the Blank,
Yeah.
who doesn't have a face. So I mean, there's just
Yeah.
Interesting.
you should
Very
definitely
interesting.
watch it if you've never seen it.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't. I'll probably watch it eventually. Except
I remember
maybe it's already
the Nintendo game to where you could drive around in Dick Tracy's car.
Yeah.
It was like the coolest thing you could do in that game. The game kind of sucked outside of that, but it was like your first glimpse into like what GTA would be.
That's true.
You know? Yeah.
Man, the earliest video game I can remember replaying was not that era of gaming. It was a PS2 game. It's like an ATV game or something like that. I got like a 4-order game. So, yeah, PS2 is my first system. Or was it PlayStation? No, I think it's PS2.
We briefly had like an Atari 2600 at one
man.
point, and this is after this is after the video game crash. I don't even know where we got it from, and we had like one game for it, and it was Asteroids.
I had briefly in kindergarten an Atari that we got used. It ain't like
Yeah.
It somehow it ended up in my possession, and I had the Empire Strikes Back game. Now, at this time, you see, you look at it and it's like, oh my God, this is horrible. But at that time, it was like, because you're, I don't know what you call them, the ATVs. It's the snow, the beginning.
You talking about the snow speeders and the AT-ATs?
AT-ATs, yes.
Yeah.
And you're fighting those, and it was just like,
The AT-ATs.
that's there you go, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, who calls them ATs, man? They're AT-ATs. Gotta call them the right thing. There you go. Gotta call them.
What's your favorite Star Wars movie, Chris?
Oh man. Definitely episode 1 with Jar Jar Binks. I'm just kidding. No. No, I would, man, I don't know. It's hard. I mean, a lot of people really like the ones with, Luke and stuff like that. But I really gotta say, it has become more of a, widely renowned movie. Probably the third one with, where Anakin turns to the Sith and stuff like that. Was it Revenge of the Sith? I think it was. Yeah.
Well, that wasn't the right answer.
Oh, man, is that right? That was the right answer?
And
It's probably one of the best ones out there, though. It really is.
this is your last episode that you'll be on.
No. Listen, you tell me right now why it's not, though.
Why it's not? Because it's
Yeah.
not The Empire Strikes Back.
And it's not good.
It is good. What do you mean, dude?
It's not.
Dude, it introduces us at the very end to Darth Vader, so that's really cool.
To who?
With the jazz hands.
Darth Vader.
Oh, I thought you said Dark Vader. I was about to.
No, Darth Vader.
Actually, I would give him mad props if he got it wrong, because that would just be funny.
No, but also, again, seeing Anakin slowly turn to the dark side and that kind of thing was great, dude. It really was. The fight scene was amazing. You
It
cannot say
wasn't slow.
What do you mean it wasn't slow?
Like, that turn should have been building up over the course of 3 movies.
It was. What do you mean?
No, it wasn't. It was not.
It was,
Not at all.
dude. No, the first movie, right? We had Anakin as a kid. Then the second movie, we had him as like a middle adult and stuff like that, like his training and that kind of thing. And then the third movie is when he went all crazy and stuff like that, But it was.
How is that a slow descent, though?
Because it's over 3.
You just proved Billy's point.
No, it's over like multiple year period of them building up his character and stuff like that. But I'm saying we see his character build and evolve and stuff like that, and what led to him eventually becoming Darth Vader. Sorry, I did say Darth Vader. Darth Vader. No, it's true. It's true, yeah. But again, also that fight scene between Obi-Wan and him at the very end was so good. The music and everything, dude. You can't tell me it's not. It's so good. So good. Man. Love it. The visuals were great. The lava, everything, man. Well, what's your favorite one, Josh?
I mean, there's only one correct answer.
Empire Strikes Back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, Empire Strikes Back is good. It is good.
Oh, thank you for the bold take.
It's
It
good.
It is good, but again,
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith is just really, really good because it leaves you off with you don't know what's going to happen because when Anakin finds out that Leia is dead, he goes crazy, dude,
Not
and he
Leia.
goes full evil. He goes full evil.
Padme.
Who did I say? Leia? Oh fuck,
Yeah.
my bad. Yeah, Padme. I meant. But yeah, so he goes crazy, So I liked it a lot. I mean, the one you guys mentioned, Empire Strikes Back, is good, but I'm surprised you guys didn't say The Last Jedi or anything.
I haven't seen the new ones.
Oh, please don't see it.
I haven't seen them.
It'll ruin your Star Wars vibe. It'll ruin it.
My Star Wars vibe is, I don't know. Like, I don't give a shit. I did watch Andor though. Andor is one of the best shows
seen
I've
Andor.
seen in
see it.
5 years. It is. I mean, it's Tony Gilroy. I mean, it's going to be.
I
good.
will say, Rogue One. That one was really good. That was really good.
I think Rogue One's my second favorite Star Wars
Yeah.
movie. No shit.
I will say, there's one scene with Darth Vader in particular in Rogue One. Have you seen it, right?
Yes.
You remember the scene where he's like in the hallway and stuff, you know, and like it's all dark and he lights up his lightsaber and it's like
Everybody
it's
knows
so
that
good.
scene, Chris.
Hey,
Everybody
I
knows
want to
that
point
scene.
out to our viewers who haven't seen Star Wars, you know, not everyone's seen Star Wars. I guess some newer kids are born in 2000s who haven't seen it. You know,
Well, they're probably not listening to this podcast.
hey, who knows? We don't know that. You know, no discrimination here. No,
Y'all want to talk about Tom Atkins?
sure.
Can we please?
We
Can we just cover every Tom Atkins movie?
Honestly, dude.
Well, we are going to cover one tonight. We are going to talk about Night of the Creeps.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me get you a little bit of information like we normally do. Night of the Creeps, released August 22nd, 1986, directed by Fred Decker, starring Jason Lively, Steve, is that Marshall? My handwriting's so shitty. Jill Whitlow, Tom Atkins, had a box office of $591,000.
It was Steve Marshall. Yeah, you got it right.
So, we do this with every movie we talk about on here. What's your history with it, Josh?
No history. I've heard this title forever, and actually, you know, first time watching it. I mean, like I said, I know the title. I probably couldn't even tell you what the VHS box art looked like at the time. But yeah, title only.
Yeah. Chris, what about you, buddy?
So my history is that I didn't really know much about it. I just came across it, and I think it's very important to state out who picked the movie for the recorded this episode. It was me. You're welcome, everybody. But no, so no, it's my first time ever seeing it. Really ever hearing of it. I just came across. I was like, this looks pretty interesting. And what really attracted me to it was the cover art. It looked actually really interesting. I just like the way it looks and everything.
I mean, it is good. It is good. The VHS
It is.
cover art is good. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really nice. So yeah, that's my first time ever seeing it. Watched it a couple hours ago before we started recording this podcast. So yeah.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Fred Decker at all,
No,
Chris? Have you
no.
seen any of his movies?
Probably not. Let me pull. Haven't pulled
The
it.
Monster Squad. Actually, Monster Squad. Him and Shane Black came up together. Shane Black sort of doctored a little bit of this script. I think he helped him a little bit with Monster Squad.
I've never seen Monster Squad. He also directed RoboCop 3. Never seen any of the RoboCop movies.
Wait, what?
So, I've never seen the RoboCop
What?
movies.
Really?
Never, I haven't. I do except for the remake. Remake was pretty good. I liked the remake.
Oh, Jesus.
The remake's okay. I liked it. It's entertaining.
Chris.
Guys, listen here. I'm a different generation.
I mean, I just want to say.
No, it's not even a different generation.
Hold on, Josh. I got something important to say. If Tom Atkins was here right now, he'd kick your ass.
dude.
And
Listen,
you would thank him and ask him for another.
dude. Listen, dude. I've been watching other movies and stuff. It just hasn't come across my list yet. You know.
Fuck.
Okay, look.
We've been watching Christmas Eve.
No,
and
this
stuff
is
like that.
this is great podcasting, Bone. Okay, look. But you're gonna come back and say something. I was wanting to set something up with Chris.
Let me show you this real quick then.
Oh, there it is.
I mean, that is a beaut. A beaut.
The
Arrow, 4K.
Yeah.
It's got a fucking book in here with it.
Like a
Yeah,
interesting.
I was pretty excited about this.
Yeah, that's nice.
Where are you gonna set up, Josh?
All right. You haven't looked at the IMDb trivia, have you?
He has.
A little bit. Not a whole lot, but what you got?
All right. Well, turn it the fuck off right now.
Okay.
Because I was watching this movie, and actually,
I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
Don't spoil
Okay.
it, Chris. God.
God damn it!
I'm sorry. Not even the trivia. Me and Billy noticed it and watched the movie. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say. Because I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
No, okay. So if y'all noticed it, then it's right there. It's plain as the nose on Anne's face, right? But obviously, this is a love letter. Mm-hmm. You know, to a lot of different genres.
Oh.
Chris, I'm gonna say the last names of these people. You tell me their first names. How about that?
We did
Okay.
do this. So
Wait, no, it's fine. I may not remember. Go ahead.
Hold
Go
on,
ahead,
hold
go ahead.
on. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying
Okay.
he should be able to get these, Josh. If he doesn't,
Okay.
he's off the podcast.
Okay.
Oh God. All right, go ahead.
No pressure. Cronenberg.
David, right?
Yep.
There we
Raimi.
Sam Raimi.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna count this because I wrote it down. Gordon.
Once you don't get this, I can get it.
Jim Gordon.
Stewart.
Yes, that's right. The Batman commissioner. No, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Romero.
George. Everyone knows that.
Carpenter.
John Carpenter.
Landis.
Bob.
Okay, well.
I have no idea.
We talked about this. We talked about this when we talked about the tragedy on the Twilight Zone set. We
Yeah,
literally
I know. I don't remember his first name though. I don't remember first names. I don't know who Landis is. I mean, he did Twilight Zone. What else did he do besides that? I mean,
American Werewolf
Okay.
in London. I've told you this
Never
18
seen it.
times.
never seen it. All right, it went
Trading
from one hand out
places.
the other.
Okay, well, make this episode count, Chris. Mm-hmm. Make it count because it's your last one. Dante.
Okay. Inferno. What?
Inferno Dante. That's his name. Okay, De Palma.
Stewart. I don't
That
know.
was Gordon.
Oh, what's their
Hooper.
Alex.
Okay, Alex Hooper. Great director of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Alex.
What the
Okay,
fuck?
this is a hard one.
Uh-huh.
My audio just like all of a sudden on. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
This is a hard one.
Yeah.
Teague.
Chrissy.
Okay, Chrissy Teague, the famed director of Cujo, and this Cunningham.
S.S. Cunningham.
S.S. Cunningham.
You're close in the sense
You're
you
kinda
got the
close.
letter right.
Yeah.
Starts with an S.
And then I'm gonna do this last one. This is one that I saw in the trivia that I didn't pick up. Minor.
Oh, I saw that one.
Oh, we
Yeah.
discussed this. I don't know. Johnny Minor.
Johnny Minor. Yes, you got them all right.
All right, fantastic. I knew it would.
Inferno Dante. That's one that I didn't think you'd get, but you fucking nailed it, man. You got them all.
I knew I would. I'm 10
What
out
was
of
it?
10.
SST? 10 out of 10. Jesus.
Yeah, man. I'm on the point.
I'm impressed. I'm
That's right.
impressed.
Dude. That's why I bought a $2,000 TV because I'm the best at this, you know? Mm-hmm. That's right.
Excuse me.
I love it. Did great.
And last but not least, actually, because the name of the university is Corman University. Corman, go ahead.
Like the state?
No.
Oh, no. The person.
Some of the things that come out your mouth, man.
I'm sorry.
Shocking.
Corman. Jack Corman.
Jack Corman. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, that's it?
God
Okay.
damn, you know your shit.
I know, dude. I'm great.
Fuck.
I mean,
Too
I
good
feel
at
like
this.
you need to go back through these and give the correct answers so people don't come out of this podcast with a lower IQ.
No, he got them all right. It's crazy.
I knew it.
Jack Corman. I mean,
Jack Corman.
Inferno Dante. What was it? Tim De Palma?
Tim
Yeah.
DePaul.
First thing that popped in my mind. First thing that popped in my mind was Inferno.
Alex Hooper. I mean, just.
Hey, they have some names in alternate universes. I'm sure that name exists somewhere.
And here we go. Because I'm surprised, like, it kind of stuck out like, wait, what? So maybe this is a nod to him. I mean, this is 86. Cameron.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
James Cameron. Got it. I know that
I was
one.
say if you didn't get that one after you just bought like 18 of his fucking movies.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, it's right here. You're right. James Cameron. You're right. Right there. Yeah. That's right. What a
Well,
guy.
that's just.
He directed Titanic, right?
Yes, Chris.
Okay. I thought he did. I forgot. I thought that was Scorsese for a second or something. I don't know why. I thought it was Scorsese. I'm sorry. I forgot.
You're gonna. You raise my blood pressure sometimes. Just with your takes and your knowledge. Revenge of the
I've
Sith.
never seen Titanic. Never seen it.
Well, I mean that's okay, but
Yeah.
Let's talk about Night of the Creeps. I think we've hammered on Chris enough, and we'll have more opportunities.
Oh, I got them all right though. What do you mean hammer on me?
no, I mean
Yeah.
he nailed it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Nothing to
yeah.
hammer
I
on.
mean, hang on,
So-
I wish I would have wrote down your answers because
I can repeat them again. Yep.
who was it? SST.
No, SS Cunningham.
Oh, that's just
SS
Cunningham.
Cunningham.
Yeah, it was Chrissy T.
Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah.
So the fucking movie, Night of the Creeps, starts off with an alien running down like a hallway,
Oh my god,
and
dude.
it's being chased. And the first thing that popped out in my mind was are these fucking aliens naked?
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, that and these alien suits that they have in the movie, oh my god, they look like the worst thing possible. I've never seen alien suits like this ever in my life, dude. Like, it takes the green alien Masato and throws it out the door. They're pink. Like, I didn't expect that. I was like, what? They're like human color. I was like, what in the world?
What color do you expect aliens to be?
Green.
Why?
That's like the stereotype.
Yeah, but it's a stereotype. But aliens can
Yeah.
be any color.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just actually and plus the suits were so fat and big. I was not expecting them to be that big either. And it's like someone dressing up to go to Comic-Con. They're wearing these big old suits, you know. I was like, this is hilarious, dude. I'm like, what am I watching right now? I was like, I knew we were in for a good treat when we started watching it. And it had that very beginning, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're running down this fucking hallway butt ass naked, and one of them's got a canister
Yeah.
that apparently contains the slugs.
Yeah, which is interesting because I didn't even notice it at first. I thought the actual because there's two main like ship guys. They were chasing that one other guy. I thought he was trying to escape, but apparently he's just trying to put the slugs in the thing. I guess the canister or whatever. Yeah. So interesting. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad for the little actors in those suits because the heads
I
heads
know.
look okay, but like they are like skin tight, flesh colored suits, and
Exactly.
and you knew they couldn't see shit in them. Like there's no way like they had any sort of vision.
I have to give
But-
props to the people who designed the costume. They're unique. I haven't seen them before, so I like them. You know, they're just unique. They just look kind of funny to me.
You just said they look bad.
Well, they're good but bad. They're so bad it's good. You know.
So, the fucking canister comes down to Earth, and we come to 1959,
Yeah.
so, somewhere in the United States. And the movie does something I think is pretty cool right here. It shifts to black and white.
Yep.
Apparently, Decker wanted to shoot the entire movie in black and white.
Which would have been cooler.
It would have been pretty cool, especially like the vibes of this movie. Sort of, they fit that aesthetic. But I do like that we at least get this in black and white because it adds something, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
in my opinion, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm kind of the opposite. I like black and white movies, but I like color movies way more. Like, I don't mind it, but I think the color added something to them.
Because you don't have any culture.
Well, I've watched black and white movies, and again, I like color just more overall. You
Name
know?
a black and white movie you've seen.
Why'd you have to do that? I swear, I have. Which one have I seen? Oh my god. I have it on top of my head. I can't remember.
I mean, the original Night of Living Dead by Jack Romero.
Never seen
Have you
it.
seen that one?
Jack Romero. Yeah. You think me and George Romero are funny?
Jordan Romero. Touche, Chris. Touche.
That's right. That's
I
right.
give you props on that one, man.
No, I'm trying to
You
think.
haven't
I've
seen Night of the Living Dead?
not the original one. No.
Go ahead.
I seen a black and white movie. What did? Oh, no, that wasn't black and white. I was gonna say Godzilla -1, but that wasn't black and white. They have a black and white variant. What have I seen? I can't remember. I'm sorry. I can't.
Okay,
I have
moving
seen-
on.
I have.
We'll be here all night.
Really?
Yeah, I have seen it.
I also like the font the credits used in this movie.
Oh, it looked so good, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, so we're sorority row. Kids are going up to the point, which is like a little overlook, so they can park, get it on. And we have a cop that comes up to one of the cars, and it turns out like his ex-girlfriend's in the car with another guy.
Yep.
well, there's a serial killer on the loose. The cop comes up to him because, like,
Yeah.
on the radio, there's like an escaped mental patient who's killed 2 orderlies
Four.
and 4 orderlies, and this movie is pretty clever in this to where they go off to make out point, and they see the star coming because she's wanting to make a wish, and it crashes. So they drive to the boyfriend wants to drive to the location of the crash. I don't know how he found it, but he did.
Yeah.
And he goes off to look in the woods, and he tells her to stay behind. And she cuts on the radio, and that's where we get more of the
Information.
warning. And it's like he's heading east on Highway 66 towards Corbin University. She cuts on the lights.
And
It is
just the other
perfect.
thing.
You say East Highway 66, Corbin University in that direction.
Is great. I was like,
Yeah.
the chances of the chances of the meteor landing there, and then them announcing that there too. Like, what are the chances?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
great.
it had to happen like that, Chris. So
I know,
the
it's part of
movie
the
could
movie.
happen.
I get it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and Josh had talked one time about driving down Route 66. We never did it.
Is that
We
right?
talked
No.
about it.
I think they also
We
made-
talked about it.
Funny enough, I think there's a game based on Route 66. I think there's actually a Steam game. I think there is. So, fun fact. There you go.
But the boyfriend discovers this. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, who names their kid Muffy?
Muffy.
Yeah, one of the
kids?
girls was named Muffy.
Oh, it wasn't that. Was that not like her nickname or something?
It's got to be a pet name, right?
Could be,
I don't
but
know.
I mean,
That's people who hate their kids name their kids Muffy. That's who does that. 100%.
yep. So, here we go. So you were talking about it. I love this line. I thought it was just fucking funny or whatever. But when they're going to look at the asteroid or whatever fell, the meteor, and they're doing, they get there. She's like, "Can we go back? Can we go back to the point? I'll even let you fondle my breast."
Oh yeah, yeah, that was funny.
There's. I wish I'd have wrote it down. I did write down notes, but like I thought I was going to remember it, but I didn't. But she says a couple of funny lines in this that is sort of just like of the time period,
Yeah.
Yeah,
adjacent. Yeah, because this whole beginning is just like, obviously it's setting up to what
He's so dreamy.
where the movie's gonna go.
oh yeah,
But yeah, he finds the slugs right as the maniac comes up behind her,
Yeah.
yeah.
and he swings the axe, and right about that time, the slugs pop out of the canister and into dude's mouth because that's
I just want
how
to
they
say
infect
too
you.
that girl has terrible situational awareness. Like she didn't look around or anything. She just looked straight ahead. I'm like, what are you doing? Like look behind you. Make sure there's no one around or something like. What are you doing? I was like, this girl, man, she's one of those characters that needed to go. He's dumb.
So, yeah, she gets axed. The boyfriend Johnny, he gets a slug down his throat. I mean, I don't know what else to call him. I just wrote down slug.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
And then we jump ahead to 1986, the Pledge Week.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, one of the things that stood out to me was the name of the fraternity, the Betas.
Yep.
It was.
It's so funny.
Am I the only person yet that was like, shouldn't this be the Alphas?
No, I think that's the joke, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking too. So I'm hoping so.
But it's funny because you watch it now, and Beta is so much more of a relevant term in today's society as it was then. Like now, it's used for just any emasculated male, right?
Yeah.
It had the same meaning, but now it's just so much more relevant to where you see this house of betas, and it's all these like, what would you call these guys? Like
Chads.
Chads, obviously. I'm surprised that the boyfriend's name wasn't Chad. I wrote down Chad because I thought it was, and then finally it's like, oh no, that's Brad. But Brad was the Chad of the '80s.
Mm-hmm.
The Bradster.
Yeah. And he looked like a Brad, man. A Chad Brad.
Yeah. He did. He was like the most average male, like I'm so full of myself type of guy ever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to set up the movie, things get set in motion. We have, and I had their names written down. Fuck.
Like the actual characters themselves?
Yeah. Chris.
Yep.
Not you, but Chris, the main
Chris,
character, and his buddy JC, right?
JC, yep.
Yeah, Chris wants to meet Cynthia, but he's a chicken shit. He won't go talk to her.
Yep.
And so JC goes over and talks to her, comes back and finds out she has a boyfriend, but comes back and tells him, like, no, she doesn't have a boyfriend. You need to go talk to her, essentially. And he's like, you're right. What we need to do is pledge this fraternity so we can meet her.
Yeah.
So they try to become betas, and the betas, the Chads, give them this task of getting a cadaver and putting it in front of a fraternity house to play a prank.
Yep.
And then we get them going to the medical facility.
Yep.
And it turns out that they have a cryogenically frozen body.
Well, the boyfriend, and that's never discussed how they end up like avoiding an invasion of these slugs. But you don't need it. You don't need it because it's not important. But yeah, they have eventually found him before he's able to do whatever and freeze him. But we get a young David Paymer here playing the young scientist.
Like what about that guy I'm just curious. I mean, it's not important or anything like that, but just like why would they freeze that particular person?
Because he's subject number 0. Like he's the first one to get infected. From that.
Yeah, but does anybody know he's infected?
Yeah, I'm sure they found the canister and knew something came out of it.
I guess so.
The canister's broke.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's not that's not important, though.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, you get a young David Paymer who,
which is the scientist on duty, and try to safeguard this area. And this guy's such a clumsy that he doesn't even remember his own security code to get into the room. So he has to,
And apparently the last digit was fucking 0.
Yeah, apparently, dude. I don't know what his code was. I don't remember the code he put in there, but
the guys walk up to the door and just push 0 and it opens.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And it makes no sense how this guy's scientist doesn't remember his own passcode. I guess he has to be new on the job for him not to remember the passcode. I suppose.
Well, it depends on how many numbers he has to memorize. I could see.
I think it was like 6. I think.
No, I'm talking about. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh,
I'm talking about like how many other passcodes does he have to memorize?
Well, yeah, I guess so. But so as you're talking about, he leaves to go call somebody to figure out his passcode, which that's very secure for them to do that over the phone. anyways. But yeah, they walk up, press 0, and then now they're in the laboratory area and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they find their body. They think they found like a body to take, whatever, and it's in this tube.
Yep.
And they open it up and they end up unthawing them.
Mm-hmm. Unthawing the guy from the original initiation slug.
But
slug.
they flee, they chicken out, and they flee the scene, and they leave
Yeah.
the body on the floor.
Yeah, and they leave because the body wakes up. So the guy is now awake. So he switches his arms and opens his eyes and stuff like that. And so they freak out and leave. Yep. And then the scientist walks in there to see what happened, and then that's when patient 0 attacks him.
Did they call him Patient 0, or did you just make that up?
I just made that up.
Oh.
I just made it up. Yeah, he is patient number 0 as far as we're aware.
Wouldn't he be Patient 1?
Well, I think the first one affected is 0, a case 0. I think that's how they usually do it. But yeah, I mean case 0, case 1, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, he attacks the other guy, infects him with the slug in his mouth as well, and and then you go from there. Mm-hmm.
And then we get introduced to Tom Atkins,
We do.
who's
this
on a
dude.
beach.
As this dude.
But then he has a dream of killing,
Yep.
and we find out that Tom Atkins. We don't find it out here, but we find out later that he was the cop on the scene, and he was the one that had found out that his ex-girlfriend was with somebody else.
Yep.
Well, you kind of find it out here.
Do we?
Yeah. Because it's a dream that turns into a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can sort of piece together pretty quickly.
And then he gets a fucking call, and he answers the phone, and it's the same way he answers everybody in this movie. Whenever he walks up to him, or answers a phone call, or whatever, he's just like, oh fuck, what's his name in this movie?
His name's Ray Cameron.
Okay.
Oh,
Ray,
Ray Cameron. Yep.
Is it Ray Cameron, or are you just making shit up?
No, it's Ray Cameron.
It's Ray Cameron. It's
Okay.
Ray Cameron.
Well, you said Ray Cameron, then you're like, no, wait, and then
I thought like the Tom Atkins. I thought that was the name of the movie. It's Ray Cameron. Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, he's just like, Ray Cameron, thrill me.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right, dude.
It's so good.
And he
So
has
good.
he has like an attitude with everybody. It's so great, especially like when they eventually get to the crime scene of the lab and they're trying to figure out what's going on. And he's like, dude, you guys suck at your job and stuff like that. And he's like the big old macho dude, just telling everybody what to do and everything. It's great, dude. And he is the detective, so he is above everybody. So, but dude, his demeanor and everything, it's just so funny. He's like the most passive aggressive person you can meet. It's great.
He kind of lays into the desk sergeant.
He does. And yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Well, this movie, it's like low key, pretty fucking funny in these places because he's like, well, you told me there was 2 bodies,
Yeah.
and he's talking to the sergeant. He's like, well, sir, there were, and I sent 2 rookies here to investigate, and they both went to the bathroom. It's like 2 cops going to the bathroom together. I mean, that's just funny. Like, and then like a body disappears. It's just like,
Yeah, at the same time, everything like that.
yeah.
That's that is pretty funny, Especially when at least one of them was supposed to be on duty watching the shit, That's so funny, dude. Like,
No, it's just funny just to think like 2 men are like, we both have to use the bathroom. Let's go together.
Yeah, right.
It's just
I don't know, man.
But
They
yeah.
didn't want to get slugged up. Who knows? It was very interesting, yeah. But no, the introduction to his character is great. It's so good. And Tom Atkins, the actor, is just normally funny, anyways. I'm pretty sure. So
apparently this was his favorite movie that he's done.
I saw that in
Yeah.
the trivia.
I did too.
And did y'all see where James Wan was wanting to remake this?
No.
I did not. Did James Wan direct The Conjuring? Was it The Conjuring or what was it? He did some horror movie.
Yeah, I think he did like the first 2.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, if I think James Wan could pull it off. That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Well, this movie was already kind of remade in 2005.
Was it?
A movie
What
called
did they-
Slither.
Oh yeah, I've seen Slither. Yeah.
That's why I brought it. I mean, I didn't say it was a remake, Chris, but that's why I asked you if you've seen Slither, because it reminded me of
Oh.
Slither.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that you could tell James Gunn was heavily influenced by this movie with Slither.
Yeah. Yeah. And they both are good in their own rights for sure. Absolutely.
So the corpse makes its way back to the sorority house.
It
where
does.
Picked up its date. Like was it 27 years earlier? And his head splits open and it releases more slugs.
Yeah.
And did the cat? How'd the cat die?
It was already buried. It was already dead for 27 years or something like that. They buried it like a long time ago. They said that it came out of the ground. So she's like, I swear I buried that cat. And so yeah. It's already dead.
No, that wasn't 27 years.
When I made it 27 years, but they said they already buried it at least. They said they already buried it.
But that was after she had found it dead. Like there was a cat that belonged to this sorority house.
Yeah, because we see it jump up when they open the door. It jumps up at the girl.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. I must have named something else. Okay. Well, anyway, somehow he gets infected with the slug and turns.
Yeah,
dead
and
real
its
fast.
face is. And I thought it was a cool special effect when you see the cat
Yeah.
and its face is all like fucking melted off and shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. When I was telling Billy when the slugs were crawling around the ground and sliding around, kind of reminded me of critters with the balls and stuff like that, just a little bit. They're all kind of going different directions and stuff, so kind of reminded me of that. I thought it was kind of interesting. I was kind of curious as to why, and I think it's explained later in the movie, but I didn't understand why all the slugs weren't just like randomly attacking people, Like they just weren't just like jumping into people's mouths and stuff like that at random.
No, they do kind of just slide around on the floor for a little bit.
Yeah, they don't do anything. They don't go like after someone. They don't go up someone's pant leg or nothing like that. They just fucking do their own thing, So yeah, it was kind of interesting, but I think it explained it towards the end. But yeah,
So then the next day, the fraternity brothers confront Chris and JC because they think that they had pulled the prank off but put the body in front of the wrong sorority house, and they tell them like, no, we chickened out. We didn't do that.
Yeah.
And they ended up getting taken in by Atkins for some questioning, who said they'd seen him run. The janitor had seen them running out of the medical facility screaming like banshees.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, screaming like banshees just tickles this fucking janitor. He just keeps saying
Oh,
it over
man,
and over.
Yeah.
He loves it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, the person who brought him in, that was Detective Landis. Because Landis walked up, was like, he did like the badge flip. He's like, Detective Landis, you're coming with me. And so I thought that was kind of funny. That it's just like the build up to taking them in and stuff was great too. Yeah. And then they have the night janitor there too. The night janitor, that was hilarious. I love that guy so much in that interrogation room. I don't even know why he's in the same room with them, which is kind of because like if the night janitor was in with them, like in on the whole thing, like you can't corroborate the story now because you kind of messed up the interrogation process. And then he's like, at one point they had mentioned to Atkins or Cameron's character. Our main two guys that they started screaming like banshees when they ran out, and the janitor just found that so funny. For hours, he found that funny. I was like, dude, come on now, what are you doing here? Like, that was so funny.
Yeah, they also sort of like lean into the screaming like banshees, and for some reason the 40 miles an hour.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It kind of like just land on that, like, oh, you were running 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, that was great too, dude. Oh, and by the way, I just want to say JC's character, the sidekick to our main hero guy, whatever.
Oh, he's a bro.
He's so
a bro
good.
for life.
He's and then like when they after the dance and stuff like that, when they get back to the dorm room a little bit earlier in the movie, dude, he like lets out all his anger towards Chris's characters, like, dude, I'm not trying to help you out and stuff like that, and you're being an
It wasn't the
asshole.
dance.
Yeah.
It wasn't the dance. It was after they escaped. No.
Oh, that's right. After this guy, that's right.
The dance
Yeah,
is at the very end of the movie.
Yeah, but he did this whole monologue of everything. I was like, dude, this guy has been holding this in for a while, dude. So, yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
He's just trying to help his buddy out.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. And Chris was very ungrateful. Chris is a chicken shit, dude. He is scared just to even talk to a girl. Like, what? Like, get over yourself, dude. Like, honestly.
Well, he had his heart broken in high school.
Yeah, so, like, get over it. I mean, just move on. There's plenty of fish in the sea out there, Do your thing. So.
Not
everybody
everybody. Excuse me.
Nah, he's being a little punk bitch is what he's being, honestly. Get over it.
Wow, being a punk bitch.
Yeah, he is, dude.
Well, so anyways, before they go to the police station, we get the Bradster kicking the crutch out from under JC's arm and causing him to fall to the ground, which, I guess convinces Cindy that she doesn't need to be with Brad. Cynthia, it can be either one.
Okay.
They even said Cindy at some point in the movie, so thank you.
Did they?
They did.
Okay.
But yeah, she decides, hey, I don't want to have anything else to do with you, and then ends up hooking up with Chris. She actually asked Chris to the dance.
She did.
So that was,
Yeah, because at this point she's fed up with her current boyfriend, Brad. Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is following, like, all these, and it's following it on purpose. I mean, this is not a ding, but it's following all these classic 80s tropes, you know. Shy guy, bully boyfriend.
Yeah.
He's in love with a girl who is out of his league, but she's tired of the bullshit macho stick that her boyfriend usually has. I mean, yeah, this is beat for beat the same as 50 other 80s movies.
Yeah, she's like, hey, there's a formal tomorrow. Will you take me? And, so his dreams are coming true. His wildest dreams are coming true. He already thinks he's in love. So things are just fucking working out for him. And here comes Tom Atkins. Got some questions for him. But he tells him about, what happened in 1959 with his ex-girlfriend. Because he asked him, hey, did you have a high school sweetheart? It's like, yeah, but she told me we didn't need to see each other anymore or something like that. And he's like, what about you? And he's like, yeah, I had a high school sweetheart, but she told me we shouldn't talk to each other ever again.
Mm-hmm.
In every scene that Tom Atkins is in, if he's at home, he's drinking and smoking. He's either got beer or Jack Daniels. I mean, this is the classic 1950s PI, Or if he gets called in, he always has a cigarette. Always has a cigarette. And it's just these... it's so good. It's so good. Tom Atkins, we've covered him before on this podcast at least once with Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
And in that movie, he was a full-blown alcoholic.
Oh, yeah.
And in this one, he is a full-blown alcoholic.
You know what? He's a nice full-blown alcoholic, though, because he pours a glass for Chris.
Yeah, he does.
Who I don't think ever took a drink out of it.
No, Chris ain't that cool to drink Jack Daniels.
Man, let Tom Atkins pour me some Jack Daniels.
Please. Heaven.
Be chugging.
Heaven.
But anyways,
yeah, Chris.
He tells.
I was going to say, Chris has this, like this sort of movie crush on Nick Cage, and it's evident every podcast he's been on. Absolutely. With the Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah.
I'm going to say mine's Tom Atkins. Like
Tom Atkins, huh?
I love me some Tom Atkins.
Yeah, but he doesn't play anything new anymore.
No, he's like 80.
Yeah, but I heard somebody say this one time because the complaint people will be like, "Oh, that movie's old." Well, if you've never seen the movie, it's not old.
I don't know about all that now. But see, here's the thing, though. I feel like when Nick Cage is 80 years old, he's still going to be making movies, though. He ain't going to quit.
Because he's going to owe the IRS money.
Hey, well, I don't know anything about that, but he's still be acting and stuff. He's, again.
But is that a knock on Tom Atkins? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if they're 80 years old, keep going, make some more movies, why not? No? Yeah, do
Well,
your
Tom
thing.
Atkins was always like a character actor. He was never like a leading man like Cage.
Well, there you go. Nick Cage is better. You've confirmed it. Appreciate it. There you go.
So, anyways, as I was trying to say before we got to the point where Chris performed fellatio on Nick Cage, Tom Atkins' character Cameron, he tells Chris what happened in 1959, and they had alluded to it earlier. There was just like a little comment. He's like, "Oh yeah, that guy disappeared 27 years ago."
Yeah.
Well, we get the story from Tom Atkins, and he tells them like, "No, I hunted this guy down and I killed him, and then I buried him in an empty lot, and that's where the house mother's house sits now."
Yeah.
And then you get this fucking zombie punching up through the floor with the fucking axe. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what. And Chris said it was to hide the evidence. My question is why did he bury the axe with the corpse? But he probably wasn't counting on a zombie invasion. So I mean, I guess that makes sense. I guess
Yeah,
that tracks.
he was hiding the evidence and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it shows us flashbacks of him murdering the guy and stuff like that. And then, again, it only makes sense for him to hide the axe with it. Just why would you want to keep it anywhere else except in a coffin where no one's going to look it up, you know? And I'm pretty sure no one cared that this guy died either because he's a murderer, so...
Oh, one thing we fucking looked over was when Chris and Cynthia are walking together, and she tells them up front she thinks it's zombies, and they're just kind of playing it off like, oh yeah, you're crazy, and she like rests her head on Chris's shoulders, and JC's like, yeah, I'll excuse myself, I gotta go do something or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's in the bathroom, and he ends up getting attacked by the slugs, and he burns one of them with a matchbook, and it kills it. But then, we see more come at him, and you're left to wonder what his fate is.
Yeah.
But before the dance, when Chris is getting ready, he's got his tux on and everything, he sees a message that says, "Listen to me." And there's a tape recorder, and he plays it, and it's JC telling him, like, hey, I've got one of these slugs in my brain, but they're susceptible to heat. You can kill them with fire. And so Chris, partners back up with Cameron, and they go to the police station to requisition some goods. And they have a fucking flamethrower.
Yeah.
Where'd they get the flamethrower?
It doesn't
guess
matter. This movie isn't about asking questions, but I will say this. I mean, we get a Dick Miller little short scene, and I wrote my notes. I'm like, Dick Miller, exclamation point. Fucking A. Give me more Dick Miller. But, yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen A Bucket of Blood?
No, I haven't.
I watched it. It was the season premiere of The Last Drive-In. Oh, no, my fucking phone. I just dropped it. But they showed Roger Corman's A Bucket of Blood on the season premiere of The Last Drive-In. And Dick Miller's the star of that movie. It's an older movie, so he's like young in it, but still.
Yeah.
And
Wasn't bad.
also, I'll say this too.
Hold on, I'm not done. I got him. Mm-hmm. In the movie, the premise of the movie is like he works at this this fucking coffee shop, like during the Beatnik era. Mm-hmm. So like people are in there doing fucking poetry and stuff, and like just smoking their cigarettes, reading fucking poetry, discussing art and stuff like that. And he's a fucking like busboy there, and pretty much a loser. Well, he ordered some clay, and he was going to sculpt something. He tried to sculpt. He's telling everybody, he's like, "Yeah, I'm working on a project. And he's trying to sculpt, and he fucking sucks. And a cat dies, and he just encases the cat's body in clay. And everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's so beautiful! You got to make more. What else are you going to do? What else are you going to do?" And it ends up with him like killing people and encasing their bodies in clay.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then, like, at the end, he gets found out because, like, one of the bodies isn't completely covered, and you can see, like, the finger underneath it.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, it's worth watching. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I was just going to say, going back to the movie a little bit, earlier, the reason why JC and Chris had thought Cynthia was a little crazy when she told him what was going on.
Because she said there were zombies?
Well, not just that, but also she mentioned, which is pretty important, that the actual guy itself had climbed up to her window, the actual corpse and that kind of thing, and scared her. And then when his head split open, that's when like the slugs and stuff like that came out. But yeah, the slugs, but also the thing about him walking around and stuff like that, which they couldn't believe because to them it looked like a dead body. So originally, so yeah.
So the zombie comes up from the floor, kills the house mother.
Yep.
We get a shot where they shoot a zombie in the head, and while it kills the zombie, it doesn't do anything about the slugs because the slugs just scurry away.
Right.
All right, good talk. Josh keeps throwing me off. He keeps looking out the fucking window, and I just...
He's processing.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening. It's very late for y'all, and it's very early for me. It's one of these things. So I get it. We're kind of breezing through the movie, kind of at a breakneck speed. So I'm just letting you do this because I know you're tired. So I'm not really interjecting too much because I know it's like, man, it's fucking late for y'all. And
no, if you got something to say, fucking say it.
Yeah.
no, just
To me, it looks like, and what I was gonna say is like when I see you looking out the window, it looks like you're bored.
no. I'm listening. I'm listening.
So I'm just like,
I was gonna say too, regarding them killing the thing that came out of the basement of the sorority house, the mother's house, whatever. Yeah, I mean, like 5 to 8 cops go and find this thing and track it somehow. They eventually find it. I don't know how they found it, but they found it. I guess it's not too hard to spot. Oh no, because actually it was a patrol cop, two patrol officers that go around looking for this thing that people had reported, and they eventually find it and almost chops the head off of one of the officers. They follow it, and like 5 or 6 cops go up and just shoot it in his chest and stuff like that. It doesn't do anything because obviously it's a zombie. And then Cameron's character comes out with his fucking 12-gauge shotgun. He's like, I already killed you once, and then just blasts it in the head. Mm-hmm. Again, when the head explodes, which we have a lot of exploding heads in this movie, the little slugs come out. Again, I still don't understand why the slugs don't directly attack the people, but again, it's not part of the movie, so whatever. And they just scurry off and stuff like that. And so they're not really that much of a threat on their own, unless you're like in a secluded area with the slugs, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, so that happens right there. I'm almost kind of thinking, I could be wrong, that once the slugs affect one person, I think the host body has to shoot it out of its mouth into the other mouth of a person to infect it. If I'm not wrong about that. I don't understand exactly how that works. I remember JC saying that when he got infected, it takes a while for it to incubate. So you can still be a human for a couple hours, but he said he was already dead. Like he felt his heartbeat going away and stuff like that. And so he wasn't officially human anymore, but he was still able to talk like a human until he eventually turned or died. So, yeah.
Well, they just made that exception for JD. I don't think it applied to everybody because they needed. What's his name?
Who?
What's the lead character's name?
Chris.
Jesus. Chris. They needed Chris to know how to kill him, and also they needed that scene of Chris playing the tape that JD left for him because that is like kind of a crazy scene in this movie to where it is heartfelt and it is sweet and you know it kind of pulls your heartstrings because at the very end he's like, I love you. So I mean, like, again, you know, I'm not trying to harp on this, but this movie isn't like follow these rules. Just playing fast and loose with them, you know.
And I'll say this too about the whole recording with JC is that he also at the very end of the recording he's like, oh, I was able to walk on my own because the whole entire movie, one thing we haven't mentioned yet, the guy's on crutches. We don't know how he got on crutches, but he's on crutches the entire movie. But again, he's like, oh, I'm able to walk on my own. I don't even need my crutches. Like that's so sad because like while he's able to do that because the parasite fixed that part of his body, I guess. But he's now infected and he's gonna die regardless. So it's a catch-22, you know. So
there's a little thing that's happening throughout this movie that happens at least twice, maybe more, and it's pretty funny because of course, this movie has a coroner who's at every
Yeah.
scene, and he's
Yeah.
always eating like your classic coroner. You know, like
Yeah.
oh, it's so
Sandwich.
gross. He can eat while he sees
Yeah.
a dead body.
Yeah.
And so the coroner, they got, I think, David Paymer's body on the slab. The coroner's doing his thing. Of course, he's eating. He's writing down something. He's got his back
Oh
to
my
him.
god. Yeah.
And of course, David Paymer leaves. And this is like the coroner's in the police station, whatever.
He is.
And he walks by a cop who, and Paymer, I mean, he
know.
looks gross. Paymer, I mean, the cop never looks up. He's like, I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. And
Yeah.
then, like, when
my
Chad
God.
Brad goes to the sorority house to get the girl, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
The girlfriend, who's our female lead, comes out.
Yeah.
And they sit down, and not once does she look at him to see that he's dead.
Dude.
Like, she's gonna, like,
Dude, I said the same thing
People-
to Billy. I was like, these characters, their situational awareness is so bad, dude. Like the guy, David
goes through
Paymer's
a-
character.
She goes through a whole breakup with him, too.
yeah, before she even
yeah.
looks at him.
Yeah, the thing I was gonna say about David Paymer's character when he was leaving the station as the dead zombie guy and stuff like that, man's got blood coming out from his chest. He got a scissors coming out of his neck, and that cop doesn't notice any speck of that whatsoever. Like, what are you talking about?
Again, but that's the joke, though. That's,
I know.
I mean-
Still, yeah, I get it. Yeah, but yeah, no, it is funny though. It is kind of like, dude, if you had looked up, you could have saved yourself so much trouble. It was just funny. But keep in mind, these are not the traditional zombies that we're used to. These guys don't bite anybody. They just infect you with slugs. They just shoot slugs from one mouth to the other, but they don't actually bite anybody to infect them, which is kind of interesting. I like that it's a different take on zombies. So, yeah, definitely different. So yeah, then you're talking and stuff like that, and then so they're talking out on the staircase and that kind of thing, and then we get our main guy show up again.
Well, we get a fucking bus crash
Yeah,
where the bus fucking swerves with a bus full of fraternity.
The frat house ordered a party bus to take
Yeah.
them to the social.
yeah,
And they're just like getting, fucked up. And the bus driver's like, hey, y'all calm down. I mean, it's a fucking frat bus party.
Yeah.
Calm
like,
down.
He's like, calm down. I want to take the alcohol away. Man, you
And
ain't gonna
yeah.
do shit.
But he fucking swerves to miss a little dog, and he
Yeah. The zombie
essentially
dog, yeah.
kills everybody.
Yeah. Oh, Josh.
I mean,
you know-
maybe going 30 miles per hour,
Right.
maybe.
It wasn't like when Ben Tramer got hit in Halloween 2.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, there's two things about this scene that I thought was hilarious. So number one, when he first noticed the dog in the road, that dog is the fakest dog I've ever seen in my entire life. It's so fake. I just wanted to point that out. Second thing is when he swerves and stuff like that. Me and Billy paused it on this moment. The bus driver's eyeballs are like already popped out of their socket. Basically, it was so funny. Like I was like, what's going on here? What are we doing? And so yeah, I thought it was hilarious. Yeah.
But yeah, he sacrificed everybody to save this fucking dog.
Yeah.
Which,
Now,
I
was
mean,
this-
it was a bus full of Chads, so they probably had it
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. Now was this?
No, I mean,
before-
he made the right decision.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, like,
Couldn't you have just braked?
There's a lot of things he could have probably done.
Yeah. Now let me ask you: was that bus scene before or after Brad and Cynthia meet up, and like when Brad was dead already? Is that before or after the frat house?
I mean, it's kind of happening concurrently.
Oh, okay.
because-
okay, yeah, that's right.
Because Chris and Atkins show up and they kill the
Yeah.
boyfriend while she's breaking up with him.
Oh yeah, yeah. 'Cause they walk up with the fucking flamethrower that they finally got and stuff like that, and they fucking she's like,
'Cause
he's like, yeah, get out of the way.
while she's talking to Brad, like he
Yeah.
has his mouth open and just slugs are dropping out.
Yeah. 2 or 3 drop out before and our Chris character walks up with the flamethrower, like, get out of there, and then she notices it, and then freaking they burn him alive and stuff like that. It's great, dude.
Well, they go inside, and then that's when Atkins goes inside.
Yeah,
and
because Atkins and Chris walk
Chris.
together. Yeah.
They stay outside, and this is when all the frat guys show up as zombies, and Tom Atkins has the classic line, "Oh, ladies, I've got good news and bad news.
Yeah.
The good news is your dates are here." They're like, "What's the bad news?" Well, the bad news is they're dead. We're just,
There's one line that me and Billy laughed hysterically at. We're not there yet. I don't think we are, but I'll save it for a little bit.
Well, you already brought it up now.
Oh, well, eventually in the movie he gets. I can't remember at what point it was exactly, but he's like, "It's Miller time." I was like, that's so hilarious. Dude, I was like, what are we talking about?
That is one of the times, like, because normally that line could be so cringy,
Yeah,
but Tom Atkins pulls that off.
oh god, yeah.
he does. Yeah, but yeah, all these zombies and stuff are infecting the house, and shit's going crazy.
You get Chris and Cynthia playing hot potato with the flamethrower also, because it switches
Yeah.
back and forth between who has
It does.
multiple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, yeah.
But they have a pretty good system going. He shoots the head. As soon as he shoots the head, she's burning the slugs.
Yep. Yep.
And I don't know if this was like meant to throw you off, but when they're getting the flamethrower from Dick Miller,
Oh, I think I know what you're gonna say.
Dick Miller tells him, he's like, "Yeah, you got to be careful with the ignition switch." And I'm like, obviously
Yeah.
you're setting that up to come back, and it never does. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, that's kind of cool that, like,
No, it comes
You know.
back. They talk about that piece of information they give about the pilot light. Oh, it comes back to haunt.
yeah, does
It
it?
does. It does at the very.
Because I
end.
thought it was going to be
Yes.
more of a scene.
No, it does. It's
I
a
got-
big part of the movie at the end. Why that was important information. Very important information.
They couldn't use the flamethrower on the all the slugs in the basement.
Yeah, and so.
Oh, is that why?
Yes, yeah. That's why. Well, I don't want to jump ahead too far, but that's
Because
why.
he goes to use
Yeah.
it, and it just kind of
Yeah.
clicks on him.
Yeah, and then that's
Okay.
why at the end, Ray Cameron is no longer with us.
Okay,
At the
yeah.
end, yeah. He had to sacrifice
I'm pretty
himself.
bad at watching movies. I apologize.
No, I mean it's fine. So it's honestly, Cameron's character needed to die anyways for like a resolution to this story because like honestly, at one point early in the movie he was like he had his whole stove on. I thought he was gonna kill himself or something like that. But
No, that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to
Yeah.
kill himself.
that's what I thought.
I
But
read
it was
that.
like-
and I thought he was just
Yeah.
heating up his apartment.
No,
That's
because
why-
he had the
yeah.
doors taped with duct
Yeah.
tape, so
Yeah,
no.
that's right.
Yeah, that's what I
The
thought.
gas
So
couldn't
yeah,
get out.
he was already ready to kill himself at that time, and so at the end, his character was gonna die either way, whether or not the flamethrower worked or not. He was gonna do something heroic for that to happen. And even if he didn't kill himself then, he was gonna kill himself after all this happened. So I mean, I get
Well,
his,
he
his
might
character-
not have. He might have found a reason to live after this happened.
No, I
He
don't
could have
think
been
so.
a father figure to Chris.
To Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't think
They
so.
could
Because
have drank whiskey together.
no, I don't think so. Because again, he's so far gone. His ex lover is dead. It's been dead for years now and stuff like that. He's got no one. He's miserable. He's sorry for himself.
This is Tom fucking Atkins.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, we're-
He can find some more strange wool.
Hey, Tom Atkins can do that. Ray Cameron cannot. Yeah. I don't know what that reference was, but went over my head.
It is kind of funny how,
we
like,
just watched The Warriors.
You lost me again. I remember the movie, but I don't remember that particular scene.
James Remar's character at one point in the movie is talking about like, oh yeah, I can see another benefit of this trip to this meeting. He's like, it'll give us a chance to find some strange wool.
Does that mean females?
Yes, Chris.
I don't know. I don't know these lingo and stuff from the 80s. Sorry, I don't know. I didn't know modern day talk. That's all I know. But yeah, so we're in the house like that. They're fighting all the zombies and stuff. Ray Cameron's character gets pinned down between 3 different zombies. Eventually, he shoots one of them in the head, shoots other guys, and so.
well, he sees like the class of 1959.
Yeah.
in the
Oh, he
sorority.
does.
And he sees
That's-
his ex-girlfriend that gives him the strength to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering who that was at one point. I'm glad you brought that up because that makes more sense now. So, but yeah, so that happened, that kind of thing, and so yeah, we're at that point in the movie right now. And then eventually, I think after that, don't we get? We're kind of close because yeah, people go around. They're shooting and killing all the zombies and stuff.
Yeah,
and
they're
we eventually the basement, right?
Chris and what's her name, Cynthia, are taking
Yeah.
care of the zombies outside,
Yeah,
while Cameron's inside doing his thing,
that's right.
and he goes off with that fucking revolver,
Yep.
plugs a few zombies, and they come in and they end up coming down to the basement where he's at, and you see like all these slugs in the corner, and we didn't mention this, and I was trying to remember why they were there, and then I saw it like on the Wikipedia page earlier in the movie. Girl brings in a bunch of brains.
Oh, that's right.
And she has it in a cardboard box, and she's like,
basement.
you know, this is for science, and our female lead, who we really haven't talked about, I even forget her name.
Cynthia.
She's like, Cynthia. She's like, put it down in the basement, and it's just like this, you know, passing scene, but you know, it sets it up for. I don't know what these fucking slugs are gonna do with just a brain and no body, but.
They're just attracted to it.
Unless they need a brain to survive, you know, for like extended period of time or something.
Yeah.
Well, I think they just start feeding on it. I guess their brain is their main consumption, just like in traditional zombie and that kind of thing. So, I mean, I get that. I mean, that's similar to normal zombies. So, yeah, there's like a fucking 1,000 of them all at one time. Isn't there only like 10 brains though in that box she had?
There wasn't that many brains. Not to fucking subsidize all these fucking slugs that are down there.
Yeah, there's a lot of them though. There's a ton of them. And then so they get down to the basement with Cameron's character. We see JC and Cynthia.
Well, they come down there, and you see him, and he's got his mouth taped.
He does, which is smart as hell.
And
Very
he's
smart.
I still feel like he could have accomplished the same thing by just keeping his mouth shut, but he's talking to him through this fucking tape on his mouth and everything, and like, he's got his mouth taped so he can't get in. Through his mouth. Yep. But
eventually he rips that off because they can't understand what he's saying. So I don't know what the whole point of that was in the first place. Anyways, I mean, I guess to prevent that, he's mentioned the slugs from getting into his mouth, and he's just waiting for them to come down there. I guess so. Yeah, he's just dousing the whole place with gasoline. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's prepping a can of gasoline, and he's essentially at this point he's on a suicide mission.
He is.
Because the flamethrower is not working, so they can't burn up all the slugs with the flamethrower.
Because the pilot won't light.
Yeah, so the only thing that's left to do is to douse this basement with gasoline and burn these things up. But that means somebody has to stay down there and fucking light it. And so he starts counting down, and then Chris starts counting down, and they leave the house.
Yep.
And they get outside. And God, what was his fucking line? Did I write it down? Oh, my God.
He says, thrill me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's like...
All right, Lieutenant, thrill me.
But, I got this in my notes. So one thing that happened in that fucking basement is one of the slugs launches itself at Tom Atkins, and he grabs that motherfucker out of the air like a ninja. Catches it.
Yeah, he does, which it's just funny, because I don't think that should even be possible for him to do that, but sure, okay.
And we missed one, too. They took a fucking... lawnmower to one of the zombies because while they're outside, and we glossed over this, but while they're outside they eventually get overran, and so they hide in a fucking little tool shed.
The shotgun gets jammed.
And that lasts for about 5 seconds, and then Chris, trying to endear himself to Cynthia, calls out the stupidity of her plan.
It's like, nice plan.
Yeah. But Tom Atkins catches his fucking slug like a ninja.
Yeah.
And they count down, and then he's like, thrill me, and the house blows up. And you're like, the day is saved.
Yeah.
And then we see this fucking spaceship.
First you see Tom Atkins walking out.
You do. The man's still alive somehow.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, never mind. It's backwards in my notes.
He's still alive.
I'm talking. Chris.
Go ahead.
I got this one, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah. Tom Atkins is a ninja. He catches one. That's what my note said. But he walks out of the fucking house, and he's all burnt up and everything. And then his fucking head splits open, and he's got slugs. 4.
Which is when he falls and the slugs come out, it's conveniently right beside like a graveyard. You know. And then you see the spaceship, and we never got the sequel to it. Which I'm sad and glad.
Did you know there was 2 endings to the movie?
Nope.
So, the film had two endings. There was one that was used for the theatrical release, and there's the one that Fred Decker originally intended. The one we saw is the one that Fred Decker intended originally, with the slugs coming out of Tom Atkins and going into the cemetery. In the theatrical version, the dog who caused the bus accident returns and approaches Cynthia, and as she bends down towards it, you see a slug jump out of the dog's mouth.
Into her mouth?
I like that one too.
Or did it just jumps out of her mouth? Or did we see it go into her mouth?
It
or anything,
doesn't
or no?
say.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But I don't know why he couldn't have done both. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have.
Because because the ending we got was the spaceship returning probably to kill the bugs, like in a Critters fashion. But you could have done both.
But it's not really established whether or not the aliens who were trying to stop the one alien from dispersing the canister or whatever, if they're good or bad. So we don't know if they're there to exterminate the planet now that's infected with these slugs, So we have no idea. We don't know if they're good or bad.
I mean,
I don't think
I don't think they're bad.
Yeah, they were.
We don't
trying,
know.
They were trying to stop him.
No,
Chris,
they
have you
were
ever
trying to
watched
stop
the
them.
movie?
I have, but
Why would they be bad guys?
we don't know. You have no idea.
Yeah, you do.
Because
They tried to stop.
They were trying to
outbreak.
stop it.
No, here's the thing, right? They somehow tracked the canister and stuff to planet Earth, right? But now that they're there, they know planet Earth exists. So what's to stop them from saying, we don't know.
Hold on. So you're telling me that these aliens that have mastered interstellar travel didn't know the Earth existed?
We don't know that.
We can't travel further than the moon, but we know that there's multiple planets in our solar system, and we know that there's multiple planets outside of our solar system. So wouldn't it be reasonable to think that a species that's mastered that travel would know that Earth exists? I don't think them just happening upon Earth is like an accident.
It could be. We don't know, dude. When fucking Superman got sent out of his fucking canister, they fucking shoot him to Earth. No, they shot him out into space to any planet they could find for this man, dude. Like, I mean, we don't know how they are. Again, aliens can be good, they can be bad. We don't know if they're good or bad. They never explained that. Yeah, we saw them trying to stop the experiment from leaving because they don't want that getting out. But we don't know if they're good or bad. We have no idea. For all we know, the fucking slugs could be good people still, even though they're infecting the human population. We don't know where they came from. We have no idea. They're bad on planet Earth for humans, obviously. But we have no idea. So maybe they have a home planet where they're trying to live peacefully, and these people experiment on
making
them.
Josh's head hurt.
Well, we don't
I
know
think
if the
there's-
aliens are good.
With your nonsense.
You can call it nonsense if you want. We don't know if they're good or bad people yet. I think they're there to exterminate the fucking slugs, but after they exterminate the slugs, what's to stop them from conquering planet Earth while they're there?
Because there was one ship with just a handful of aliens.
That one ship could have a fucking 10,000 rail guns and destroy Earth if they wanted to. So I don't know. We don't know. We have no idea. It cuts off before we can see what happens.
Chris extrapolated something from this movie that I didn't see coming.
Yeah, I don't think the filmmakers did either.
I mean, look, we actually don't know. So, I mean, it's like, Critters 1 versus Critters 2. Critters 1, all the fucking bugs and stuff are dead, at least we thought. And then Critters 2, they're back again. So, it could change all of a sudden, Who knows? I mean,
they set up Critters 2 at the end of Critters 1.
They do, and then they're setting up...
They showed the eggs.
Yeah, but they're setting up a sequel. They were going to set up a sequel for this movie, and so I would imagine they would explore it in the sequel for this movie, probably who the alien race are, where this stuff came from, how.
I don't think that movie's interested in that. I don't think
so either.
The movie tells you because it's not interested in that.
Well, we don't know. We have no idea until the second one comes out, which they probably never will. But there's no telling. There's no telling until it comes out.
I don't know.
Well, it's like freaking any origin movie ever like X-Men Origins Wolverine. We get the origin story of Wolverine. We don't need it, but we got it anyways. Wasn't a very good movie, but we got it.
God, I was waiting for you to say you liked that movie too.
No, it was not that great. Dude, we got freaking Deadpool with we couldn't talk at all. Who wants that? No one wanted that.
I would like that now. I would prefer Deadpool not to talk now. Yeah.
You don't like Deadpool?
He's exhausting. I'll just say that.
I think he's a good character. All right, so
I
let's,
always thought Deadpool was an overrated character.
oh man, get out of here! Get out of here! He is
Like
such a great
all
character.
the things that people like him for, to me, is just like poor comic book writing. No, he breaks the fourth wall in comics.
Yeah, and dude, he
I
even breaks the.
I don't want my comics to break the fourth wall. That's not why I read comics.
Well, this isn't the comic; it's movies.
I'll say this
He
about.
breaks the fourth wall in the comics. Also, that's
I know he does. I know, but still.
I'll say this about Deadpool. Like, I don't know. Like, I think my exhaustion is just like with Ryan Reynolds because he's Deadpool in every movie, and then he takes. I don't know. Like Deadpool. Like I can't separate Deadpool from Ryan Reynolds, and that. I mean, he's trying to be like Chevy Chase, and it's like, I don't know. That's for another discussion. Like, yeah, but let's just rate this motherfucker and
Chris is
Fucking
looking at
peace out.
something intently.
I'm looking at the trivia some more on this movie. I'm just trying to see if there's anything we forgot about. Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, you mentioned about Stryper's role, Billy, in the bathroom scene.
Oh yeah, did you see that, Josh?
I did, and
The
yeah, I
one
saw the
fucking-
trivia. Yeah,
the '80s band. I had to explain it
Yeah.
to Chris because he'd never heard of Stryper. He had never
Yeah.
heard "To Hell with the Devil."
What else we got here?
So apparently there was an unofficial sequel called Zombie Town. It was marketed in some regions as a sequel, being alternatively titled Night of the Creeps 2 Zombie Town in Germany.
okay.
So there you go. Yeah.
Trying to see if there's anything else I'm forgetting.
Dude, while Chris is looking that up, I just pulled up the soundtrack. Let me read you some of these names for the songs.
For what?
Night of the Creeps.
Oh, that was going to be my only complaint.
Well,
Was the music in the score was lackluster. But go ahead.
so obviously there's the main title, but then there's The Axeman Cometh, I'm Your Bud, Silo Lab, It's Alive, Thrill Me's Dream, Cindy's Scream, Done with an Axe, Screaming Like Banshees, Zombie Cat, The Bathroom Stall, I Took My 12 Gauge, Return of the Axeman, Already Killed You, what's the tux for? Zombie Dog, Turned Over Bus, Zombie Breakout, March of the Zombies, The Countdown. So I like some of these names in here, especially Thrill Me's Dream.
Yeah, I mean, that you had to have that, right?
So I do have another piece of trivia real quick. So I understand now why the aliens at the very beginning looked massive, because it's the trick of the camera angle they use. So apparently, Fred Decker didn't want to do stop motion or guys in suits for the opening glimpse of the aliens above the ship. So he ended up putting actors that are short. Like
I didn't
above.
think they looked
Yeah.
big. I thought they looked like,
They look like
No.
little people.
yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I
they
thought.
are little people. Yeah, I thought they looked massive at first. I was like, "What is this?" But yeah, I didn't realize at the time. Yeah, they used little people for suits. He said it didn't occur to me that it would get a laugh from the get go. He said it was unintentional. But yeah, what else we got on here? Let's see. Oh, that spaceship model was used later in an episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. That's interesting. Let's see. The script was written within a week.
That spaceship,
Yeah,
that flew pretty close to Earth.
it did.
Like somebody had to have seen that.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. Yeah, I really don't doubt it. Okay, that's all the trivia I got.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Chris, what'd you give
Yes.
the movie?
Oh, you want to start with me? You sure you want to do that?
Yeah, we're starting with you.
Oh,
Because you
man.
think you go last all the time and you don't.
No, can I go west instead?
Nope.
Can I go west?
You
I'm
can
gonna
go
think about my
first.
thoughts.
Nope,
Ah.
go now.
Well, all right. So this movie had a good beginning, middle, and end. I liked it all the way through. It's funny. It's entertaining. Really didn't really have any slow points either, which I like a lot about movies that don't have slow points. I don't like really slow burn movies. I am going to give it. I was thinking about a 4, but I'm gonna give it 3.5.
3.5.
Yep.
Well, I'll go next. Josh is pontificating something right now.
No, I got it. I'm just looking out the window,
You're
man.
just
I'm
like,
sorry.
every time I look at you, you just look like you're in such deep thought.
I'm not.
I don't know if you're like
Zero deep thought.
Are you like posing for pictures, so you can be like the guy inside the picture frame when you buy one from the store?
No, it's a bright day, as you can tell from this, and it's just watching the snowfall.
It looks like one of the windows from Dog Soldiers
It
when it was
does.
when it was nighttime, and every fucking
my
window was
God.
lit up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, it's a full moon, man.
It was sunlight when they shot that scene, Josh. It was sunlight, and they could have. Oh man.
I have to go back and watch it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So for me, Night of the Creeps was like an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
It feels like it moved pretty briskly. I liked the black and white scenes at the beginning, and after hearing Josh talk about it and saying he wanted to shoot the whole movie in black and white, I'm not gonna lie, I wish they did. Unlike Chris, I have seen some black and white movies.
I have seen black and white.
I can name them off for you, but I'm not going to. But I mean, I do appreciate black and white movies, and I think this would have been so much better in black and white. Not to say that it wasn't good. I'm just saying it would have brought my score up a little bit more. Look, it's always nice to see Tom Atkins in a movie. Like Josh was saying, and he's such a 1980s like horror mainstay. He's in this. He's in Halloween 3. He's in Maniac Cop. He's in The Fog.
Yeah.
He's just everywhere, and so that if he's in a movie, you're getting something that's going to be at least entertaining, right? I can't think of something that he was in that wasn't entertaining. I'm sure there's something out there that I'm just not thinking of. But yeah, the slugs coming out of the zombie was an interesting take. The movie mashes together a bunch of different things. It's it's doing horror, but it's also doing sci-fi. It's doing some comedy. It's doing a fucking love story between two characters. It's doing all these different things. And I had a good time with it. I gave the movie 3. I could bounce up to 3.5. 3 is kind of where I came in with it. It would have. I'm not gonna lie. This would have probably been one of those movies where if I'd have seen it originally in the 80s, I would hold it in higher regard than what I do now. But it's still a good time. It's still fun. 3 stars.
Yeah. Look, I gotta the more Tom Atkins comes on my screen, I gotta side with Darcy. I love Tom Atkins. Mm-hmm. My letterbox review, without telling you the rating, is: would every movie be better with Tom Atkins in it? I can't answer that, but yes, it would. I mean, every single movie. But this is like Fred Decker's love letter to 50s B movies. It's kind of a love letter to Romero. And it's more than a wink and a nod to the same decade private eye film noirs with, and pulp novels, because he is this disheveled, depressed, alcoholic, chain-smoking guy. Hell, in one scene, you see him sipping whiskey, smoking cigarettes, and looking at old crime scene photos of his dead girlfriend. And let's not just skip over the fact how hilarious it is that he can't get past this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's kind of funny because it's just move the. I mean, you dated a college girl, and I don't know. It's just kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
This movie's cheese, but it's beautiful and delicious cheese.
That's right.
And even if I was lactose intolerant, I would eat this the fuck up every night I went between 4 stars and 3.5. I think I'm gonna land with 3.5.
Yeah.
Uh, I wish they had gotten the money for a little bit of good, either hair metal or new wave music.
Yeah.
I
You
wish it
know,
was
just a
longer.
couple of scenes. The score was. I didn't notice it, and in this kind
Exactly,
of
yeah.
movie, I want to notice it.
I agree with that. I wish it was longer. I really wish it was longer. Like an extra 30 minutes or so would have been great, honestly. I don't. They could have done anything with the 30 minutes. I would have enjoyed it. You
I
know.
don't know. I think like sometimes
Nah,
you
90
add-
in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You add 30
Wow.
minutes and then all of a sudden it becomes a drag and you're sitting there looking
Yeah.
at your watch trying to figure out what happened.
I don't think we would have got that with this movie. I don't think we would have done that. This movie is just so entertaining throughout.
You and Josh had talked about it being like an homage to old B movies, and you see that like during the movie when they show Plan 9 from Outer Space on the TV.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
where their inspirations are coming from.
I mean, just all the names that we listed off at the beginning, like he's paying tribute, and then a lot of these are like sort of his contemporaries,
Yeah.
or slightly above it. But yeah, I mean, James Gunn took notice of this movie. That's obvious in Slither, you know.
Yeah. And he took notice of it in
Slid-
2023, so he may still do it. Who knows? You know, it'll take a couple years. to
No,
do it.
James Gunn, not James Wan.
Oh, sorry.
Slither from 2005, which we
Yeah.
probably should cover at some point because that's a
That's
entertaining as fuck movie.
So
Oh yeah,
good.
I enjoyed Slither. Yeah.
Uh,
I was
Oh, I
telling
just wanna
Chris,
say-
I took a girl on a date to go see Slither.
Fun fact.
Nothing come from it, but you know, we did.
It was a date. I just want to say also, I have
Good
seen a black
date
and white
movie.
movie. I have seen a black and white movie. To Kill a Mockingbird.
You know what the worst date movie?
to kill a mockingbird.
Mockingbird. Shut up. That's your mouth, man. Mockingbird.
I went on a date one time and I took a girl to go see Murder by Numbers,
Jesus.
and that movie was so boring. No lie, I fell asleep.
Man.
Is it boring?
I didn't care for it.
That's Sandra Bullock and Ryan Gosling, right? Like a young Ryan Gosling.
I don't remember. I know Sandra Bullock was in it. I know that I didn't care for the movie and I fucking fell asleep. So obviously you know nothing was happening on this date because I fucking fell asleep.
Yeah. Sandra Bullock and Ryan Gosling. He's your favorite actor, Billy. I'm surprised you fell asleep. Ryan Gosling.
Well, at that time, he hadn't really come into his own.
Was that right?
Or
Yeah.
Bones Awakening for Ryan Gosling hadn't been stirred.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I enjoyed this movie. Like I said, I even wouldn't mind rewatching it down the road just by myself and watching it again. I actually do like it that much.
Oh yeah, if there was a Shout Factory, Scream
Oh, yeah.
Factory edition of this, yeah.
I think there is, if I'm not wrong.
There's
Maybe I'm
got-
wrong.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was good though.
Well, you can look it up in just a second. Let's wrap this up and then you can look it up for us. So
That's right.
that was Night of the Creeps.
Mm-hmm.
So
Was.
everybody, thank you for listening. Chris, thank you for being a guest.
Of course, I'll be back for the next one. Hopefully, we'll see.
We'll see.
No, you got these. No, you got 10 out of 10 on these questions. No,
I know it.
I stand
You're
corrected.
right. You're right. Hey, don't
Inferno
forget to everybody-
Dante.
That's right. Hey, all right, everybody, don't forget to follow us on iTunes. We're going to be posting a lot of these episodes. You can also follow us on YouTube at State Inspector, where we post a lot of these episodes. Down the road, we'll eventually make an official YouTube channel. We'll have to talk about that later. Eventually we'll get the TikTok going. Maybe we'll see about that.
This
no promises
this
there.
wee shit is so sweet. I love it.
Yeah, and again, so follow us on those platforms. We're also on name the other platforms we're on, Billy. Where else are we on?
So we are on iTunes, Spotify,
Mm-hmm. you go.
iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Amazon Music.
Yep.
I mean, just wherever you get the shit,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Whatever the
this
major.
is- yeah.
If there's a major podcasting platform, we're on.
Yeah, we're on it. Yeah. Just type in Very Unreasonable Things and you will find us. Very Unreasonable Things.
So yeah.
Again, I'm a guest. That's right, go ahead. Sorry.
What was you gonna say?
I'm a guest host, guys, so I won't be in the credits yet eventually, but I get the no credit obligation, so I'm here. I hope I'll return.
All right. That's it. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
Love you guys.
Let's go ahead and end this.